The part of digestive system shown in light blue color in this diagram is dash.
Nicely done. Food pipe and stomach is a solid answer.
The muscular bag of digestive system which churns the food is called. Perfect. Stomach is the correct choice. Which solution is given where a person has vomiting and loose motion?
Nice work. You chose ours and it is correct.
Which of these is essential for people who do more physical work? Or,
You're right. Carbohydrates is the correct answer.
out of the following, which is not a part of digestive system? Valid point. Heart is true. What type of food a boy takes when he is grown weak and thin?
Good job. Your answer, improper food, works well here.
How is glucose given to a person whose stomach is upset?
Correct response? Through a drip is the most accurate answer.
Name the scientist who found the secrets of digestion.
Bravo. Dr. Beaumont is the answer.
What are the tiny bumps present on the tongue called? Correct. Taste buds is the right answer. Deficiency of which nutrient leads to this disease?
You chose vitamin D, and it is correct.
Identify the parts marked in the digestive system.
Excellent choice. 1 stomach, 2 liver is the right answer.
Tip of tongue has taste buds to taste. Dash food.
Great job. Sweet is the accurate answer.
The pipe from mouth to stomach is called dash. Sharp thinking. Food pipe is the right choice. Which part of our digestive system is this? Right again. Stomach is a valid answer. Few the digestive process starts in dash.
Strong choice. Mouth is the right answer.
How many teeth does an adult human has?
Well reasoned. 32 teeth is the correct choice.
What is the instant source of energy?
Well done. Glucose is the right choice.
What are carbohydrates and fat?
On track. Energy-giving food is the correct answer.
A diet which contains adequate amount of all the essential nutrients for normal growth is called balanced diet.
Clear logic. Your choice true is sound and 100% true.
The diseases caused due to lack of certain vitamins and minerals in the body are called deficiency diseases.
You got it? Your choice true is right.
Which solution is usually given to someone who is having loose motions and is vomiting a lot?
Exactly. Sugar and salt makes sense, and it is right choice.
Which of the following has to be stored in an airtight container to keep it for a long time?
Solid response. Rice is a valid choice.
Rashmi falls sick very often and Kailash is not very active. They both get proper food.
Well picked. False is the correct answer.
We can taste the flavor of a food item by which of the following organ of our body?
Excellent. Tongue is a brilliant choice.
A diet which contains all the nutrients in proper amount is called a balanced diet.
Right choice. True is the best answer.
Glucose is given to the patients because it provides energy to the body cells.
Great thinking. True is the right choice.
Tick yes or no. The food doesn't get digested properly if the person is happy.
Nice selection. No is the correct and valid answer.
Tick yes or no. Bread or chapati tastes sour if we chew it for a longer time.
Smart pick. No is the correct choice.
Infection and bleeding of gums can be prevented by having foods rich in dash.
Smart move. Vitamin C is an accurate answer.
Name the process of breakdown of food in simple form which the body can use.
Good thinking. Digestion is the right answer.
Rice grow in abundance in Kalahandi, yet people suffer from malnutrition.
Nice work. You chose true and it is correct.
This is given for instant energy when person is feeling weak and dizzy.
Well reasoned. Glucose drip is the correct choice. Midday meal is given to the children in the school of age group dash. Whoa.
Nice selection. 6 to 14 years is the correct and valid answer.
It is believed that we should chew a piece of food at least dash times. Good job. Your answer 32 works well here.
Who was the first person to find that food is digested in the stomach?
Well picked. Dr. Beaumont is the correct answer.
Which solution is given where a person has vomiting and loose motion?
Clear logic. Your choice Oz is sound and 100% true.
Pizza, burger, hot dogs, Coca-Cola, Frankie, spring roll all is.
Good thinking. Junk food is the right answer.
The object which can be identified without seeing or tasting is dash.
Well done. Fish is the right choice.
Which ingredient is added to pickle to preserve it for a long time?
On track. Oil is the correct answer.
From which part of our body do we feel the taste of any food item?
Valid point. Tongue is true.
Which of the following organ gland present nearest to the mouth?
You chose salivary gland, and it is correct.
Lack of exposure to sunlight may lead to deficiency of this dash.
Right again. Vitamin D is a valid answer.
What among these is the one benefit of chewing your food slowly?
Correct response. The food digests properly is the most accurate answer.
The process of breaking down food into simple forms in our body.
Exactly. Digestion makes sense and it is right choice.
The process of breaking down foods into smaller parts is called.
Great thinking. Digestion is the right choice.
What happens to people who get enough food to grow and develop?
Nicely done. They stay healthy is a solid answer.
Which of the following is not the part of our digestive system?
Bravo. Legs is the answer.
The scientist who performed experiments on digestive juices was
correct. Beaumont is the right answer.
True or false, without your tongue, you wouldn't be able to speak?
You're right. True is the correct answer.
Which of the following food item is preserved by adding sugar?
Perfect. J. Ames is the correct choice.
Which of the following organ is the internal part of our body?
You got it. Your choice, both B and C, is right.
The taste buds are present between the papillae on the tongue.
Sharp thinking. True is the right choice. Name the process of removal of waste material out of the body.
Strong choice. Excretion is the right answer.
Which part of our digestive system absorbs the digested food? Solid response. Small intestine is a valid choice. Deficiency diseases can be prevented by eating balanced diet. Smart pick. True is the correct choice. What type of food a boy takes when he is grown weak and thin? Excellent choice. Improper food is the right answer. Glucose drip is given to a person who is suffering from dash. Excellent. Dehydration is a brilliant choice. The stomach kills a lot of bad bacteria in the food we eat. Great job. True is the accurate answer. Which of the following helps to get rid of undigested food?
Right choice. Roughage is the best answer.
Protein is found in which of the following food materials? Smart move. All of the above is an accurate answer. What is given to a sick person for getting instant energy? Well picked. Glucose drip is the correct answer. A fleshy organ in the mouth that helps you to taste food. You got it. Your choice, tongue, is right. The right to food is enshrined in the Constitution dash. Correct response. Article 47 is the most accurate answer. Which body part tells us about the taste of food we eat? Smart pick. Tongue is the correct choice. Taste buds in our dash help us to taste the food we eat. Good job. Your answer, tongue, works well here. Which disease is caused due to deficiency of vitamin A? Nicely done. Night blindness is a solid answer. What did Jumper guess correctly even before tasting it? Smart move. Fried fish is an accurate answer. Dash is the main source of energy present in your body. Great job. Glucose is the accurate answer.
Which of the following is a way to kill germs of water?
Excellent choice. Boiling is the right answer. What is the nature of digestive juices in the stomach? Valid point. Acidic is true. Which fluid present in our mouth helps in digestion? You chose saliva, and it is correct. Digestion of food is faster in the dash than outside. Great thinking. Stomach is the right choice. The process of breakdown of food into simpler form is? Excellent. Digestion is a brilliant choice. What are the tiny bumps present on the tongue called? Right choice. Taste buds is the best answer. What all is required by our body in the right amount? On track? All nutrients is the correct answer. The watery fluid present in our mouth is called dash. Bravo! Saliva is the answer. Taste buds are found on the dash part of the tongue. Nice selection. Upper part is the correct and valid answer. Saliva helps to convert dash in the food into sugar. Well reasoned. Starch is the correct choice. When we are tired during games period, we are given.
Clear logic? Your choice, glucose, is sound and 100% true.
The liquid in your mouth that helps in digestion is.
Exactly. Saliva makes sense, and it is right choice.
What is the muscular bag of digestive system called?
Solid response. Stomach is a valid choice.
Which part of our digestive system churns the food?
Well done. Stomach is the right choice.
Which of the following food item is sour and tasty?
Perfect. Lemon is the correct choice.
Food cannot be tasted properly when we have cold.
Good thinking. True is the right answer.
Which taste does our tongue feel from front part?
Sharp thinking. Sweet is the right choice.
Tick yes or no. The juice in our stomach is acidic.
Strong choice. Yes is the right answer.
Which part of your body is helping to taste food?
Nice work. You chose tongue and it is correct.
Which of the following is considered as junk food?
You're right. Pizza is the correct answer.
Eating junk food regularly is good for our body.
Right again. False is a valid answer. Large intestine is bigger than small intestine. Correct. False is the right answer.
Which of the following food contains vitamin C?
Great job. All of the above is the accurate answer.
Tip of tongue has taste buds to taste dash her food.
Right again. Sweet is a valid answer.
Which part is used to identify different taste?
Right choice. Tongue is the best answer.
The doctor who experimented on Martin's stomach.
Correct response. Dr. William Beaumont is the most accurate answer.
Juice present in our stomach is dash in nature.
Excellent. Acidic is a brilliant choice.
Which teeth help us to chew and grind the food?
Excellent choice. Molar is the right answer.
The muscular bag in the body that churns food.
You're right. Stomach is the correct answer.
Name the digestive juice present in our mouth.
Sharp thinking. Saliva is the right choice.
Which part of digestive system is like a bag?
Good job. Your answer stomach works well here.
To have a balanced diet, you need to eat dash.
Smart pick. A variety of food is the correct choice.
The pipe from mouth to stomach is called dash.
Perfect. Esophagus is the correct choice.
From where does the digestive juices produce?
Well done. Liver is the right choice. The food which gets spoilt easily is known as. Nice work. You chose perishable and it is correct.
Which of the following is a packed food item?
On track. Both is the correct answer.
Which is not a part of our digestive system?
Nicely done. Heart is a solid answer.
The tiny bumps on our tongue are called dash.
Strong choice. Taste buds is the right answer. Which nutrient protects us against diseases?
You got it. Your choice vitamins and minerals is right.
The liquid in the mouth that digests starch.
Valid point. Saliva is true.
In Kalahandi, many laborers are dying due to.
Great thinking. Hunger is the right choice.
Name the strong muscle present in the mouth.
Exactly. Tongue makes sense, and it is right choice.
Which among the following is sour and tasty?
Smart move. Tamarind is an accurate answer.
Every child need dash food for development.
Well picked. Proper is the correct answer.
The tongue can identify dash basics tastes.
Correct. 4 is the right answer.
Where is sweet taste bud present on tongue?
Bravo. Tip of the tongue is the answer.
Glucose gives immediate energy to the body.
Clear logic. Your choice true is sound and 100% true.
Where does the water content get absorbed?
Solid response. Large intestine is a valid choice.
The digestive system is 20 to 30 feet long.
Nice selection. True is the correct and valid answer.
Which nutrients give us energy to do work? You chose carbohydrates, and it is correct. Which food item is rich in carbohydrates? Good thinking. Rice is the right answer. Tastes are dash for different food items. Well reasoned. Different is the correct choice. Which disease is caused due to vitamin D? Strong choice. Ricket is the right answer. A dash drip is given for instant energy. Well reasoned. Glucose is the correct choice. The dash cut the food into small pieces. Excellent choice. Teeth is the right answer. Which is not a method of preserving food? Sharp thinking. Baking is the right choice. Pink tissue of our tongue is called dash. Well done. Mucosa is the right choice. Glucose drip is given when we feel dash. Good job. Your answer 6 works well here. Which part of the tongue tastes bitter? Right choice. Back is the best answer. Brain is the part of digestive system. Exactly. False makes sense, and it is right choice. Which of the following is not a tasty? You chose sugary, and it is correct. What is the acid present in our mouth? You're right. Saliva is the correct answer. Fruits and vegetables are rich in dash. Right again. Minerals and vitamins is a valid answer. The temperature of our stomach is dash. Great thinking. 30 degree is the right choice. Most rice-producing district in Odisha. Nice selection. Kalahandi is the correct and valid answer. Which organ helps to taste the things? Nice work. You chose tongue, and it is correct. Dash gives instant energy to patients. Valid point. Glucose drip is true. What is the instant source of energy? Bravo. Glucose is the answer. Which food is called a complete food? Smart pick. Milk is the correct choice. What percentage of our body is water? On track. 70% is the correct answer. The length of small intestine is dash. Correct. 22 feet is the right answer. Which part of our body chew the food? Good thinking. Teeth is the right answer. Digestion of food starts in the dash. Clear logic. Your choice mouth is sound and 100% true. The tiny bumps present in our tongue. Well picked. Taste buds is the correct answer. Digestive juices are dash in nature. You got it. Your choice acidic is right. Which teeth helps us to cut the food? Smart move. Incisor is an accurate answer. The inner part of our tongue tastes. Great job. Bitter is the accurate answer. What tells you what you are tasting? Correct response. Your brain is the most accurate answer. Martine's window was present in his. Nicely done. Stomach is a solid answer. Who found the secrets of digestion? Perfect. Dr. Beaumont is the correct choice. Following item is pungent in taste. Excellent. Onion is a brilliant choice. The teeth crush and grind the food. Solid response. True is a valid choice. Which of these things tastes sour? You got it. Your choice, all of the above, is right. The length of the small intestine. Smart pick. 6 meters is the correct choice. Glucose is the dash form of sugar. Bravo. Simplest is the answer. We should chew food at least dash. Great thinking. 20 to 25 times is the right choice. Where does digestion starts from? Good job. Your answer mouth works well here. Should we chew our food properly? On track. Yes is the correct answer. Length of large intestine is dash. Strong choice. 5 feet is the right answer. Tiny bumps present on the tongue. Correct response. Taste buds is the most accurate answer. Which vegetable has bitter taste? You chose charmer, and it is correct. The tongue has dash taste areas. Excellent choice. 4 is the right answer. What are the functions of tongue? Sharp thinking. All of these is the right choice. Which nutrients help our growth? Perfect. Proteins is the correct choice. The largest gland in the body is. Nicely done. Liver is a solid answer. Crop grown in Kalahandi district. Right choice. Rice is the best answer. What did Jumper not want to eat? Good thinking. Bitter Kerala is the right answer. Vitamin B1. Valid point. Berry is true. Neem leaves are the example of. Nice selection. Bitter button is the correct and valid answer. The gland which produces saliva. Exactly. Salivary gland makes sense and it is right choice. What is the taste of tamarind?
Well done. Soar is the right choice.
How does a gulab jamun taste?
Right again. Sweet is a valid answer.
Digestive juices produced by.
Well picked. All of these is the correct answer. Function of intestine is dash. Nice work. You chose to absorb nutrients, and it is correct. What is the taste of jaggery?
Clear logic. Your choice sweet is sound and 100% true.
Lack of vitamin C causes dash. Solid response. Scurvy is a valid choice. Energy giving food a cold. Great job. Carbohydrates is the accurate answer. Why do they give glucose drip? You're right. To get instant energy is the correct answer.
Food that makes you unhealthy.
Excellent. Junk is a brilliant choice. Food is digested in stomach. Correct. True is the right answer. What is the full form of ORS? Smart move. Oral rehydration solution is an accurate answer. What are bodybuilding foods?
Well reasoned. Proteins is the correct choice.
Saliva is found in our dash. Bravo, mouth is the answer.
Tamarind is an example of. Clear logic. Your choice soar is sound and 100% true.
Energy factory of our body.
Excellent choice. Liver is the right answer.
Kalahandi district is in. You chose Odisha, and it is correct. Digestion begins in dash.
Great job. Mouth is the accurate answer.
A balanced diet contains. Right again. All of these is a valid answer. Jaggery has dash taste.
Well reasoned. Sweet is the correct choice.
Corella has dash taste.
Right choice. Bitter is the best answer.
Lemon has dash taste. Exactly. Sour makes sense and it is right choice. Taste of jaggery is. Good job. Your answer sweet works well here. Cereals contain dash. Good thinking. Carbohydrates is the right answer. Chocolate tastes. You're right. None of these is the correct answer. Tongue helps in. Correct. All of the above is the right answer. Obesity means. Nicely done. Fat and flabby is a solid answer. What is ORS? Strong choice. Oral rehydration solution is the right answer. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format. Nice selection. Contact Narayan Changda on Facebook is the correct and valid answer.